culture of we move, right, is, yo, she did this and this to me, ne? Probably means she feels this way about me. But anyway, we move, right? But then you're saying probably it's because she feels, you're assuming what you think she feels. You don't have a conversation with we move. We move is you coming to your own conclusions and moving away, continuing with your life like that friendship never even happened. And that person also like, oh, okay, she didn't even come and talk to me about it, so I'm guessing she doesn't really care. You know what? We move. So you never actually have a conversation with that person as to what exactly happened. Exactly. We move is just a way, I feel, of avoiding confrontation, avoiding the real issue, and continuing with life like it's okay. But is it really? Oh, okay, male. Let them know.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, today is different. It's not a living alone type of vlog. I am with some day ones, with some real ones, with some fine hands.
I know that's right.
Trying not to be awkward.
Oh my god. Yeah, but these are my friends. Utomi. Hi.
Hey guys, I'm Utomi Babaswo.
Naledi.
I sparkle like my name.
Yes. Let them know.
And that's me, the joy in this relationship.
Yes.
Yes.
So today is just gonna be like a girls talk, more conversation type of video. So without any further ado, let's get into the video.
Yes, what are we talking about today, ma'am?
The art of being
Alone.
alone.
Oh, that's so tricky. When we say alone, do we mean loneliness? Or, no, okay.
Does alone really mean loneliness?
It can.
How?
I mean, it can. Some people are alone and they're lonely, like, period. But it's not everyone that's alone is lonely. Yeah.
Okay, but then I don't think we should be using the word, like automatically when we think lonely, you think alone.
Alone.
Yes.
People are in relationships and lonely.
Exactly.
True.
So lonely is just its own thing.
It's just
Yeah.
its own feeling.
Okay.
But yeah, like the art of just being
Alone.
by yourself.
Damn.
The single, like the whole journey or the whole phase of singleness where society seems to despise or make a mockery of. You know, it's like, do you understand? It's like when you're single, you're bored. When you're single, like what's wrong with you? Or all of this, like you curse being single, like, do you understand? But then for those who are, they probably understand that, hey man, it's actually my time to, if it's spirituality, you just connect more in that sense. If it's you go back to your emotion and gain your emotional content, is that because people, be it friends, boyfriends, you name it, I feel like that can be emotionally taxing, financially taxing, you name it. But the moment you just being alone, you get to like revamp, if I can put it that way.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
So alone, you mean alone as in not being in a relationship?
Basically,
Like,
yeah.
Relationship as romantic relationship, which has sometimes you just find yourself alone, like period.
I don't know, maybe if I'm simplifying this too much, but isn't the art of being alone just not being in a relationship, and that's what it is?
That's what it is. And
I mean,
also,
you could find yourself alone, like even friendships not being present. And you just find yourself in a place where you feel like you're alone. Yeah.
I don't think that's not feeling alone. That's feeling bad that your friends aren't there for you. You get what I'm saying?
feeling bad.
Yes, because like you feel alone, right?
Yes.
But being alone is not really a feeling. It's like I don't think it's necessarily a state where you feel bad. It's just like, okay, there's nobody around. It doesn't have to mean I'm happy alone or sad alone. It's just alone, and then the emotions that come from that stem from something else and not being alone. That's how I see it.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. For myself, I feel like I'm very much a people's person. But at the same time, I like my own space, right? So I'm like borderline with this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Because most times when I find myself in spaces where, like I love being in spaces with other people, right? Even if it's just one person, like just, having someone to be able to speak to, if something's going on in my life, to be able to share with. For me, if I have to deal with everything that I'm going through and I'm alone, like with just me, I can't. Like I really feel.
That's very interesting.
I really don't feel good. But then I like being able to do things alone. If that makes sense. So I don't mind being alone, provided that I know that there are people that are there when I need them, right? But then if I'm alone and I know that, okay, sharp, I'm alone, it's cool. But now there aren't even people that I can go to when I'm in need. That's some type of like that's different, So I'm okay with like being alone, living alone, or whatever. As long as I know that if I call Litabo, she's there for me. I can talk to. But once I'm alone and I know that there's no one I can call,
that's a whole different.
I'm not okay.
Okay, now I get your point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what you just said, like it would really take a big toll on you to say that you're trying to like reach out to people or you feel like there's literally nobody to talk to? Do you feel like that would take a toll on you? Like, do you feel like you're alone and lonely?
Yeah.
You'd feel that?
Yeah, definitely. I think that I have a thing of sometimes people are there, right, that you can speak to, but no one gets what you're going through, because in life we all go through different things. So you feel like you're alone in what you're going through.
Right.
And no matter how much you speak to other people about it, or they're too busy, or they just don't understand what you're going through, you just feel like you're alone. Like,
But what's the artistry in everything?
Girl, now I don't see the beauty.
You don't?
I don't.
What about you?
The beauty in what?
In literally like
The art
of just being alone. There's no artistry for you. Now it's just misery in all of that.
It's not misery. I just accept, like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a forced choice. Like it's like a forced. For me, like if I have a choice, I will not be alone. You understand? Because I just love having people, someone that I know is, my person, someone I can like lean on when I need it. And,
but doesn't that sound like you're afraid of being alone?
No.
The same how with people that are always in a relationship, like you literally jump from one relationship to the next. To me, it's just like, when do you get the time to be alone? Are you afraid of being alone, that you always feel the need to have somebody next to you?
Not even.
I get your point. It's like there's being alone and then there's a fear of being alone.
Yeah,
so
I get you. Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm on the fear of being alone, because like I said, I like living in my own space and being my own thing.
Right.
But I do have a fear of not being able to share what I'm going through with anyone, for it to only be on me. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's when it takes a toll on me. Like literally, it's bad. If I feel like I legit can't call anyone, no one has my back. No one. Maybe it is a fear of being alone, but not necessarily it having to be a partner, so like a relationship.
Yeah, of course.
But as long as I even have friends
to talk
that I can talk to, or whatever. So yeah, I love being alone in the sense of I can do things by myself
at your own time.
At my own time, like
pace.
having my own independence. Like that's the type of alone I like. But not the type of alone where I feel like I'm doing life alone.
It's alone by choice and not because people.
Yes. Yes.
Because you cut people off like.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I get you, the independent
part
of it. When did you feel that way?
No. How do you feel, babes?
To me, honestly, I've never felt like people are running away from me. And even if they were, there are times, okay, there were times where I felt like, okay, maybe they are, but I was like,
whatever.
It is what it is,
It is what it is.
Yeah, take a nap, go on with my life, like, it's fine. Like, I've kind of gotten to a point where I'm like, there are people that I run away from, so it's only normal that other people run away from me as well. So it's not something that I take too
seriously.
Yeah, or like maybe it hurts me. It's like I kind of get it. Like if you run away, I'm like, okay, I see your point. Like I see where you're coming from. So
but
I'm cool.
Doesn't it hurt to know Horomotu was like yo aksamba in a lady?
Yeah,
and maybe if you guys didn't fight and you just don't know.
But yeah, because it's like I've also run away from people. I really am. I'm like, yo,
but
leave me.
I mean, like, don't you think there's like an after effect of that?
But naturally, like if you can do that because you feel like you're doing the best for you, don't you think somebody's also reacting the same way? That they're cutting you off because they're doing what's best for them.
But like it's different if like they've had a conversation with you and you understand. But if someone just cuts you and you have no knowledge, now every time you're reaching out to them, you don't know that they're trying to cut you off. You understand what I'm saying? Now you're reaching out to them, they're like, nah, I'm busy. Every time I'm busy. Now you're thinking, okay, damn, what did I do? That was so like, I feel like this,
No, it's like, okay, you wonder, what did I do? And you're like, whatever it is what it is. Yeah, like think of the times you just wanted to stop talking to someone. Like no matter how emotional and connected the conversations were at the time and all the good times, you're just like, bruh, I can't.
It's like people are just maybe afraid to hurt you as Naledi as Mutoni. Like I don't want to hurt you, maybe you said a certain thing, or I feel like I need to say it a certain way, and there's no other way to say it than that. So every time you're like, hey guys, what's popping? Be like, I'm busy. Not to say like, no bruh, this and this and this and that. Like, do you understand? So it's like, without trying to leave the relationship in even if it's not peaceful, but not in a violent and hateful manner, it's better for me to just withdraw.
I feel like that's not good though. Okay, so if y'all are okay, right? With the it is what it is, like, does that mean that you're okay with the culture of we move? And how does it actually affect us mentally? Like, maybe in the moment you're thinking, but like if you in your next friendship or your next relationship, you end up you because of the effects that you don't realize, or because of what you just lost or what just happened, you're now acting differently or more cautious in your relationships and friendships moving forward, because you don't realize what the effects of the previous friendship or relationship you had has on you.
But isn't the culture of remove being aware of what happened?
No, it's not.
The culture of remove, really?
The culture of we move.
Isn't it like, hey bruh, this happened but we move?
Yes, yes.
So it's awareness that you know what transpired.
Necessarily, I don't feel that way. I feel that the culture we have, because I feel like the culture of we move, right, is, yo, she did this and this to me, ne? Probably means she feels this way about me. But anyway, we move, right? But then you're saying probably it's because she feels, you're assuming what you think she feels. You don't have a conversation with we move. We move is you coming to your own conclusions and moving away, continuing with your life like that friendship never even happened. And that person also like, oh, okay, she didn't even come and talk to me about it, so I'm guessing she doesn't really care. You know what? We move. So you never actually have a conversation with that person as to what exactly happened. We move is just a way, I feel, of avoiding confrontation, avoiding the real issue, and continuing with life like it's okay. But is it really?
No, definitely not. That does really affect us. And sometimes you see it in our next friendship, relationships, you name it, like it always, somehow it will reveal again to you, it will come back to be like, listen, you did not deal with that, so now you're taking all your past traumas into this relationship. Now that is gonna be like another new norm, because you'd be like, oh well, that's what we did there. You feel me? I feel that, girl.
But then, like, what if it wasn't even a thing of we had a problem, we just drifted apart?
I feel like that too needs to be communicated, because what are the chances, like my friend would always say, what's common to you is not common to everyone, right? So you thinking we just drifted apart, right? But their actual reason might be the fact that you said something that offended them that you don't realize is the reason why they are distancing themselves from you.
What if it's like more of a mutual thing? It wasn't even agreed upon, but it's like there isn't really much to talk about in here. The conversations are always the same. You know, it's like, okay, do I really need to be like, okay, dog, we speak the same conversations all the time, peace out?
I feel like it would be
nice.
Like
we just slide away.
It would be nice.
I know we're awkward. It's okay. Let's just move away.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's something to talk about.
I get you, but what if to the other person it's not the same?
But
like, what if they actually? I mean, you might feel that other conversations I have with this person, they aren't really like that deep or whatever. But you find that it makes that person happy that they even have someone to have such random nonsense conversations with. It's nothing ever deep, but like just your presence there is something, but you don't feel like that presence is necessary because it doesn't really bring much to you.
So then you'd also say that the whole you move thing is selfish, because it's like, I don't like how you make me feel, so I'm out. So then I'm gonna talk to you even though I'm dying on the inside a little bit, because I understand that this might make you happy.
Yes. Right. Or just because I want you to understand, like it's not that deep, nothing's wrong with you. I just don't think the friendship has any benefit to me, or like I'm not you know, but you're just like, but you're a cool person, like it's got nothing to do with you. What does that do to a person? It makes them feel when they go to the next friendship that I didn't do something that pushed her away from me. It was just us being in different places and our friendship, but it's got nothing to do with the type of person that I am. Instead of them going into the next friendship like, yo, what if she leaves me just the same way my lady left me and I don't even know why my lady left me.
That is hectic, guys.
Hey, that is sad. I just hate home.
I'm thinking the same thing, but usually I don't feel like that. I think it kind of makes sense, you know, to kind of let things ease off in a more peaceful way. Everybody's feelings intact, you know.
Everything
it's not just about me. Oh, I made it out. Let me go on with my life.
That's what I also like. You leave every situation with love, the same way you entered with love.
What about all the situations that you left like that? Maybe 2 years ago. Are you gonna go back right now to be like, hey, or
I think
it's over?
It depends. It really depends. There are some people where you left it, and I mean, you guys aren't like best of buddies, but you still like each other's IG pictures, then I think you're still on good terms. I mean, you can still like each other's IG pictures, you know, whatever. But I think it's just more of a thing of realizing what it means now, and then making sure that from what you do from now is, because we can't always go back and correct our past mistakes or our past actions. You can only do what there's a saying that says, when you know better, do better. So since you know better now, begin to do better.
Okay.
Someone can't hold you like, I mean, they can say, when you were 6, you did this and this and this. Yeah, sure, maybe still affect them, whatever, but that's what you knew
at that time.
At that time.
Okay. But also remember when you mentioned last night when we were talking about forgiveness and stuff. So would you think that also plays a role, that people just don't forgive and all of that? Because I mean, we were 6.
Yes.
For example. For example. But
people like we said last night when we were having the conversation, people cut off or move on as a way to avoid actually forgiving someone. You know? Or sometimes it's got to do with accountability. Because remember that when you go and you now speak to the person as to this is why our friendship needs to end or whatnot, you also have to now there might be a point where you will have to take accountability for things that you did.
True.
You understand? Yeah. Because you might think, oh, I need to tell Budomi our friendship needs to end because she did 1, 2, 3. Cool. But Budomi is gonna come and she's also gonna mention things that you did. So you're gonna have to now take accountability like, oh, I was wrong. I'm sorry. You understand? It's going to also require you to be accountable for things that you've done in the friendship that also contributed to, because it can never be just one person contributing to a big fat mess. It's always 2 people. So people will rather be moved than have the confrontation.
They make this nonsense look sexy, guys. We've been played. They make it look like, I don't care, you know, it is what it is. Yeah.
But I mean, there is a good connotation to be moved, because at the end of the day, it's saying don't let the past hold you back from what's, you know, don't just stay there. Continue, move forward, keep pushing, you know.
But we don't face it.
We don't face it. That's the problem.
Which catches up with us eventually.
Periods, like there's no other way.
But isn't that the art of being alone, that you don't have to deal with that?
But then now that's fear of being with other people.
But guys, this you move thing, can I just take it back there? What if you are trying to be all cordial with this person and they're refusing? And now must you keep going after them?
You don't have to.
But at least from your end, like I tried.
You tried, yes.
I tried.
Yeah, then avoiding the situation, yes. Even after the confrontation doesn't mean that you guys now have to be besties after that. It just means that you're at a point of understanding each other. And then like, okay, so we're no longer friends, but you know, you're cool, I love you, you hug, you know, it's over. Now we move.
Exactly.
Now we move.
After fixing all of this, now we move.
Exactly.
Right.
But when you say like, isn't it because fear of humans, when I'm like, don't you think that's the art of being alone, because now you don't have to deal with so many of that, because that can like lead to a lot of emotional stress, which is what we don't, I feel like we don't need that personally. But then how is it fearful of humans if I just prefer to avoid all of that? And if all of that means it's brought by human interaction, if I withdraw, how is that like fear?
I think it's fear because as humans, I believe that we were created to have interactions. As humans, a human cannot live alone. Even Adam couldn't live alone. He needed Eve. You understand? As humans, we were created you weren't created to be able to do everything on your own. You can never live in isolation, you understand? You need relationships with other people. Living alone might be so hard, and then when you have friends and people in your life, life becomes so much easier because you call Naledi, you understand? Like, I believe that we were created to have interactions and like live with people, you know, help each other. One thing, I was watching a sermon and was just basically speaking about how as humans we are so fearful of being in need, right? You're fearful of needing,
asking also.
We need each other and we don't like knowing or accepting that we need each other. So for me, it's like if you're avoiding to be with people, it's like now, because I feel like the only way you can get to that point is because you've had bad experiences with people. So now you're fearful of getting into a relationship or friendship or whatever with someone else because you're fearful that you're gonna feel the same pain you felt
when you were with
exactly. So you literally fear that creating an intimate relationship or a bond or, you know, with someone else. So you're fearful of people. For me, that's how I see it. Like, because you can't live alone. You really can't. You can't be alone. I don't know, that's just how I see it.
So how do you think someone would get over that feeling? Like, what could they actively do to get over that fear, come to a point of realizing that being with other people is actually good for you.
And it's actually what you need.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like, for most people, what that stands for is past experiences, past trauma, and all of it. Hence a decision to be like, you know what? I feel like I can't do this with humans. I'm better off by myself. So as she had already asked, how do you think like one can like really overcome that and stuff?
I think you can start by, you have to, first of all, you have to make the decision that I'm actually going to try. Try. But you can try you can try step by step by joining, let's say, clubs of people with similar interests as you, right? So for example, if you've always been a netball person, go find the local netball team, or join just to start having that human interaction again in terms of so slowly and surely. You don't have to like jump into a lifetime commitment now with someone, but obviously I would say the best way would obviously to try and have the conversation with people that did give you those bad experiences, because that's what's actually going to give you the answers, where you're going to realize that, and the closure, right? Although that's not an easy thing to do. But like it starts small, just start having small interactions, even if it's joining Facebook groups with people who have the same interests.
Literally how we met.
Exactly how we met, exactly. And you start talking to them, you start building some type of relationship with another human. Like there's something special about that, So you start like, creating those types of groups and friendships. And then obviously like a romantic relationship, that's like a bit bigger, like you need to be sure when you like enter that. But in general, just start off small, and you have to intentionally try
and be present, intentionally.
Intentionally,
you are touching my soul right now.
So obviously that means going to talk to people. So for someone who feels awkward, they have to make an effort to go and force that thing. You have to, like, if it gets awkward, it gets awkward, man. In that moment, you'll be scratching your brain on what to say.
Or just put yourself in spaces that allows people to come speak to you.
Okay,
like going to a restaurant or a soccer game. Even if you're sitting alone, but you're putting yourself in a space to be seen by other people. If it's like really bad for you to go and be like, hey, how are you? Like just put yourself in spaces that puts you in an environment of other people, and maybe gives other people an opportunity. Because as long as you're sitting at home, no one can come to you and be like, hi. No, you actually have to put yourself in that position where someone can come to you and possibly greet you or whatever. Or you could talk to the bartender if you're at a thing. Just like, can I have this drink? Oh, what do you think is better?
Exactly, that's how we start. Like, what's your favorite?
And then someone else comes and orders, is that good? I've never had that.
That's amazing. You guys always think in terms of money. So obviously, investing into your social life does yield some financial returns as well, right?
In your social life is a good investment,
right? Making an effort to meeting people and stuff like that. It's wholesome, Yeah, I just lost everything.
So you guys, basically you guys believe that there is not much artistry in being alone. There's not much beauty, and sure there is in the sense of
and much pain, basically.
And much pain. So it's just,
I feel like the art of, just to be creative, the art of being alone like with no emotionally charged either is good or bad. It can happen in different ways, like just different ways in life where you come to be alone. Some people choose to be alone, some people are alone by circumstances.
That's not
so I think that's the art, that it can happen in different ways.
Yeah.
And
so what about like the way Not circumstance. Circumstance, I think, it's what Mudomi has said, that it forces you to be alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's still an art of how someone could come to be alone. It's not a positive way for it to be, but it's like a way that things fell into place, into a way that you felt alone.
The art of being alone is you being, for me, this is how I look at it.
Right.
Choosing
to be alone.
Choosing to be alone. Like, literally anyone can like approach and be like, okay, hey, let's date. Hey, can I be your friend? And you intentionally say no. With pure intent, not to be mean or anything. Do you understand?
Because we have really like different views of how we see being alone.
Totally. But I hear your one, and I think there is beauty in being alone. Yes. I'm not closing out the fact of, as long as it's a choice that you make. You understand? As long as it's a choice that you make to be alone, I think there is beauty, because you get to learn a lot of things about yourself when you're alone, you know, and you're not, who am I really when the doors are closed and I'm alone in a room? Am I really as spiritual or religious as I think I am, or do I just always do it because I'm around other people, you know? Do I really believe in what I'm saying when I'm alone, you know? Do I feed into myself as I feed into other people when I'm alone? So I definitely believe that there is a beauty in being alone, you know, as long as it's not that alone where.
But that's also being alone. That's the point that I'm trying to bring about. That there's a being alone, and then there's like a nice being alone and a bad being alone. But like being alone is being alone. It's just the
what bad being alone? How
circumstance. Like people running away. You're still alone.
That's not cute.
You know. So I mean it in like a more like wholesome, that being alone can be good and bad.
Yes, that's true. Can be good and bad. Sometimes you find yourself alone for such a long time in terms of choosing to be alone. You choose to be alone for so long that you don't know how to
be around people
anymore. Exactly.
And what's your take on that? Do you
That's
think
not nice. That's not cute.
Yeah.
That's not cute.
But then isn't not cute on whose side? On the people's side?
Not cute on your side. Because the thing is, you want to now integrate yourself with people, but you can't do it anymore.
You overdid.
And then
you pushed everyone away.
Exactly, like a
time frame to your aloneness. You basically say like,
I'm that person.
Have a time frame and you can't be closed out for
you mentioned a very important point of saying pushing other people away. Like when you choose to be alone, it doesn't mean that you still shouldn't have people in your life. You understand? And if you do have people in your life, you need to make them know of what you're going through. And that there's still value. Like you're just in the space. Because when you wanna be so alone that every time they ask you, hey, do you wanna go out? You're like, no, and you're not explaining to them as to what's going on in your life right now. That's how people feel pushed away. They get tired of asking you because you know it feels like you don't wanna be with them, in which you don't. But like
they don't know.
They don't know exactly. They don't know why you don't.
Sometimes you do want to be with them, but it's like
the forces of aloneness are upon you.
No, not the forces of aloneness. Like guys, the thing about having a social life is that to some extent it does take into the financial, and it's like, okay, if you are trying to build healthy financial habits, and then you're kind of at a place where you have to sacrifice between the two, and you choose your finances. Like, bro, we can't keep going out, not even for that going to that thing, because it's like there's something I could put that into. You know.
But then that's like you communicating.
Exactly.
It's different if you don't say, she's not going out with us because if I knew that was the reason, I would have paid for her cab.
I'm asking you to go and like I'm gonna compensate for everything.
But because you're so stuck in thinking
money this,
then you just keep saying no, and then they feel like, oh, you actually just don't want. Instead of you just saying, look, I'm feeling a bit tight, I'm on a strict budget right now. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, friend, I'll take care of you today.
Right.
Then that's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually guys, I think we should do this often.
Yes.
That was a very insightful and a very interesting conversation to have, especially because we have similar but different views. Do you understand? So I really love that, and we're gonna finish this conversation behind the scenes off camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, guys. Do you wanna say your end of words?
I feel like if we have friends that we feel are isolating themselves or whatever, it's also important for us to reach out. Just to know, like, are you fine? Like, are you okay in your alone space? If they're okay, then great.
Yeah.
Because it can always be deeper than that, whatever. And also just be aware of when we choose to be alone, that it's not a way of pushing other people away.
Yeah.
From me, I would say that just make the effort to reach out. This is also something I actually have a problem with. So sometimes I feel like people don't want to talk to me and I let it go, but I guess it's just better to try. But okay, girl, what's popping? What's up? Like, really, what's going on?
Yeah. Literally before this whole conversation, I thought there's just so much beauty in being alone, but until you mentioned that our creation is not to be an island or isolation whatsoever. So yeah, my perception, all of that has changed out of the window now. Bye. So guys, this is the end of the video, the conversation. There is beauty in being alone, no cap, but also there is a downfall to it. So just know your balance. Just if you need people, like, I don't know, like people make it seem cool, like I'm alone, I don't know people like this. Like that's what society portrays, and I feel like sometimes we consume so much of that we make it our own personal thing, and it shouldn't be like that. So which is why I'm like, prior this I thought like that, but then during the conversation I was like, oh snap. You understand? So thank you, ladies.
Thank you for having us on your channel, sweetie.
So thank you so much. Like that was so insightful. So guys, I'll see you. I'm gonna have this girls back. I'm sorry. Like we will make plans to bring this ones here, and then we'll have more meaningful and insightful conversations. But as for now, please subscribe to Butomi's channel. She is upcoming, so
follow her on IG.
Follow her on IG, and also follow Butomi. Butomi is Butomi Mabaso, right? On IG, and Lady on Instagram, and then there's me, Alma Boy, Lima Boy, and me. And please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you like this content, let us know through the DMs or in the comment section if you want to hear more of it, because I feel like these are like a real talk, not scripted. It's just how we feel, what we think, or how we perceive things. And if you like it, like legit, I love this conversation.
Me too.
So we can bring, even if it's not for the people, it could be for us, we can just bring it, just deliver, because somebody could be out there listening and then be like, damn, could be saving a life. So guys, please subscribe. Let's grow the family. Bye bye.